Lots to talk about. Good holiday weekend, but now we gotta get back locked in and dialed here because if you really thought you could swing for 100 million or a billion or whatever big play it is, then you'd behave a lot different than you otherwise would because you would know this is a legitimate opportunity. If you had a real shot of winning a Super Bowl or doing something that cool, then you wouldn't take your foot off the gas at all. You would quadruple down. It's nice to watch other entrepreneurs in the space and documenting their thought processes because your environment can pull you back into complacency and coax you into, yeah, dude, this is normal. Just life's good. Why are you going to do? And that's fine. But that's if you're operating under the assumption there isn't a 100 million or $1 billion play at hand. That's just, hey, yeah, you just want to have a lifestyle business and yeah, coast. But if you were given the opportunity, like you woke up one day and you're Magnus Carlsen and you're really good at chess and you could do it and it comes easy to you, would you capitalize on that opportunity or just hustle at the park? Would you go try to swing, give it a good go? I think that's the only way you can do it is if you really believe that and then you go for it. It's a self-fulfilling belief. You have to behave like an anomaly in order to be one. If you want an extraordinary life, you're gonna have to do extra from the ordinary, right? I think that's something I've been thinking about in terms of behavior and looking back at my own success and seasons that worked really well. Started doing sprints. Some people have 75 hard where it's 75 consecutive days of no drinking, gallon of water a day, selfie, workout every day or twice a day, some sort of challenge to push themselves through. And then you reset your baseline. Do this. And then you're fighting entropy and life is pulling you back into a lull, trying to seduce you into complacency. And then you ramp up and that's your new normal. That's been really effective for me. I used to be like, I can only maintain it for a season, but that's life. You have seasons and waves. The most recent one, I did the 100 days working out and no drinking. And that was where everything went. I made so much progress so fast. And conveniently, I think it's like 2 days till I become a father. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it again. Let's do some sort of sprint where it pushes me, resets my resting average, so to speak, where I'm operating at a higher level and that becomes the standard. And then it just sets us up for success because if you want to map what behaviors you need to exhibit in order to have the success that you want, you just need to find your previous behaviors. Like what was the last breakthrough? There was a time in your life that you did a thing and then you saw it all the way through and it worked. You could be big or small, but somewhere in there you did that. So I'm just thinking, I did this 100-day thing and it worked really well and I felt really smart and I had a lot of momentum and I wasn't really sucked into the normal pitfalls of life. And I got what I wanted and I felt really good. People might say, hey, that's unbalanced, but balance is only how closely you zoom in and out, right? If you did that for 3 months and then you let off the gas pedal and lived a normal life or you went on vacation, it might actually be balanced if you look at the net effect of both. Just one is isolated from the other. Those seasons when a lot of times people blend those together and then they just don't experience the escape velocity necessary to accomplish their goals. So that's what we're going to do for this 100-day sprint. What I'm thinking is 4 variables. Why is it always 4 with me? I don't know why. Not intentional whatsoever. I just thought there was a couple things that worked in the past. So 1, no drinking for 100 days, period. I've done it before under worse circumstances. It was the holidays and there were so many events. This should be a breeze. Second one is 7 days a week going to the gym every single day. It doesn't have to be lifting every single day, but in the gym every single day, doing something hard and physical to shift that identity. That's the standard that I want to operate at. Next one is working 4 hours a day timed. Not, it works from 11 to 2. Sit down, timer on. There's a 4-hour timer on and it goes to 0. And I'm not allowed to do anything. And I do that every day. If I do the minimum, cool. If I want to go past that, cool. That's the standard. That way progress is being made every single day. And I think that's where you start to get diminishing returns with cognitive output and performance. I'm not going to work only 4 hours a day, but minimum, that's the standard. And I think doing that every single day plus working out, awesome. And then I'm going to be reading Paul's letters in the Bible because I want to. Just starting the day with that and getting deeper and learning. Because I think it was interesting, like obviously he's one of the pillars and core founders of the church. So he might have some insights on how to do that. How did he organize something that has lasted millennia and has affected billions of people? He might know something. Shot in the dark. So going to read all his letters. We get to the Gospels, cool. And we're going to work out every single day. We're going to work 4 hours a day and avoid distractions like drinking and stuff like that. then we'll be in a good position where if I step away from the business or I'm incapacitated or my capacity is decreased to 10, 20% of me just being around, it doesn't implode. There is a realistic timer where if I get off the gas, it runs. It could maintain or grow while I'm not pushing it. Oftentimes, I've seen it where people build businesses and they either leave and the obvious one is, oh, it goes down. But I think the cool version of this is if it can grow without you, now you have something real. So that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, those 4 over the next 100 days, stay dialed. Just start to find a rhythm and mapping previous successful behaviors to this new endeavor. And the stakes are high-ish. So don't suck. And then want to start networking more and probably going to events, saying what up to people out in the world. So any info, coaching, AI, e-commerce, marketing, sales, investing, any of those events, I might have to start poking at and seeing what's going on in that world. So that's the macro vision. Now, in terms of today, I think the consistent constraint, as I've said in many of these videos, has been the front end throughput issue. And I feel like I solve it and then it comes back and then it's half solved. And I think the reason for that reoccurring theme is I solve the constraint that day and something else pops up, but I think I need to build a system that solves that constraint consistently because it's going to be a reoccurring theme. We've seen it happen multiple times where we get a little bit and then it's like, hey, front end's lagging. Let's go pick it up. So I think my goal today is to integrate this whole system end to end and make it systematized. So there's a cadence for producing ads. So I don't have to think about it and do a hero sprint where I'm like, oh my God, it's slowing down. Let me make 30 ads and try to find a winner. I get a winner and then it's working. And then I go to the other thing and I come back and it's like, oh, no more. We're going to systematize it. I'm good at it. I have AI and I have all the pieces. So we're going to do that. Also this week, publish the remaining videos for the curriculum, outbound department. No one's hit me up on it. We'll touch base with the community and see how they're doing there. I think stacking the living crap out of the calendar to where it breaks solves everything. Now we don't have a leaky bucket. Now we have a really cool program, really good curriculum, really good tools, really good partners. It's all there. We got the social proof. We have wins. Thursday, we had a gentleman got his first 2 clients. He made his first $10,000, which is awesome. Another gentleman, he got his first client. It was for a GEO with one of our partners. We're getting people to get clients now, and that's awesome. And then we'll polish some checklists. Oh yeah, we also need like a RAG type system. We'll either use Notebook or we'll use the Jarvis Obsidian wiki pattern for all the scripts on the course. So that's interactive and they can talk to it. And then they might pull me out of the loop a little bit, which is good. And then now the curriculum is the load bearing piece. And then I am the edge case support. The ads are ripping. And then we hire an account manager and then we add another salesperson. Because I think what we need to do in terms of salespeople too is like foster competition. Because when you're the only closer, every day is the best day ever because you're just kind of hanging out, work your leads when you want. When there's 3 starving closers that want to be full cycle, you got to be on every single day. So we're going to foster that competition in the company. If we have 3 to 4 closers getting after every single day with massive throughput on the front end, a really tight back end, the curriculum is done pretty much, and then have someone that's able to be the manual hand-to-hand combat, and then I show up for Q&As. Hey, I think we got a business. Another thing I want to do is the redundancy thing. I want to make sure like Facebook isn't our only channel. Those are the things I think this week. So today, systematize ads, respond to a bunch of people, get a lay of the land, polish some of the back end stuff, CRM stuff, and then all the stuff that I mentioned. And then if we accomplish all that this week, I think I'll be pretty happy. Road to $1 million a month. The saga continues. I think if we're 3 to 4, 400. I think we get halfway there by October. That whole model that I just described is about halfway there. Yeah. And then we need to turn the switch on, start making recurring on the software that we built. But that is longer term. Yep. Thanks for tuning in and watching me yap. This will be an interesting 100 days of complete focus because that's what we have to do. We have 100 days and a real opportunity to do this uninterrupted, complete focus at 100% capacity before things change.